We're sitting in Elvis's bedroom, sitting on his bed. Don't get any weird ideas, okay? And doing the same thing we always did, just talking trash, telling jokes, laughing and joking, talking about girls. And I said, hey Elvis, you got any idea of how many vehicles you have bought and given away in the last couple of years? He said, no. No, I don't care either. He said, hang on, I want to show you something. So he goes away to his office, he comes back in, he hands me a check made out to him in the amount of $100,000. Back then, can you imagine how much? One of a series of checks, many before and many to come. Okay? He said, you know, I'm not stupid. I understand that I couldn't possibly pay money to get the kind of publicity and PR that I get every time I buy somebody a car. He says, secondly, it seems like every time I buy somebody a car, the money I spend for that, it comes back to me 10 times over, like that check you're holding. And lastly, it makes me feel good to make people happy. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley, the person. So now, God help me. I'll take a question or 10,000, whatever you may happen to have. Be nice now.
I got a quick question. I think we talked about it earlier. Tell everybody how you came into the Elvis fold, how you were introduced to the group, and how that thing started.
Oh yeah, okay. Guy by the name of George Wade, who was one of Ed Parker's black belts and a good friend of mine, called me up one day at my school in Glendora, California, and said, bunch of the guys, you know, the black guys, we're all getting together this coming Friday night, and just for a workout. And that was in Santa Monica, okay? And I live in Glendora, that's 50 miles away. That's a 3-hour one-way drive in Southern California, I promise you. But I hadn't seen these guys in quite a while, and I thought, well, that'd be fun. So I did, I went down to the studio, and Ed Parker wasn't there yet, but we were all working out on the mats, having a good time, beating the crap out of each other, you know. And I noticed a commotion at the door, and then walked, oh my God, Elvis Presley. And I instantly thought, oh, what's he doing here? Oh, what's he doing here? Ed Parker right behind him. So Elvis come over to the end of the class, and we continue working out, and the next thing I know, he's out on the mats, working out with us. And I was his partner. We call our training partner back in those days the dummy. And what else would you call somebody who just stands there and lets you beat on them? It's not a dummy. So in any event, he wasn't familiar with the material, so I helped him out. I showed him how to score points and, you know, how the techniques ever went together. And I guess he appreciated that, you know. So we finished the session, and Ed Parker called me over. Elvis standing there with Ed Parker, and Ed Parker called me over, and he said, show Elvis your Wowwwie technique. Okay. The Wowwwie technique is a series of movements, 13 in total, an amalgam of 3 different techniques that I had put together. And I could do those, in those days, I could do those 13 moves in 2 seconds. Yeah, really. Today it takes me about 2 minutes, assuming I can remember the moves. But nevertheless, that's how it worked. And Elvis, I learned later on, was really impressed with that technique. He really loved it, right? So the next thing I know, I get a call from Ed Parker the next day. He said, Elvis wants us to come out to his house in Beverly Hills. And I said, nah, I couldn't be bothered doing that. Hell yeah, of course I am. Yeah, let's go. Right? So we did. We went out to the mansion, and we're all sitting around and doing, what we always did, was just telling stories, telling jokes, talking about girls, and just having a good time. Now, a couple of guys were there. Sonny was there for sure, and Charlie. Let's see, who else? Can't remember now. But anyhow, after a while, Elvis said, hey, Dave, listen, if y'all will excuse all of us, we got a situation out in the parking lot that we need to take care of. So if you would just stay here, for a few minutes, well, I appreciate it. Okay. So they leave, and just leave me there.
What year was this?
What's going on? I couldn't figure it out. And finally I hear Elvis go, hey Dave, come on out here, I need you. So I walked out the front door. There they all are, standing out there, and alongside the curb is his 280 SL Mercedes Benz. Blue in color, good looking car. I said, yeah, Elvis, what can I help you with? He says, this car is cluttering up my driveway and I want you to drive it away somewhere. That's okay. Where would you like me to take it? He said, anywhere you want. And he handed me the keys and the title to the car and said, it's your car. And I'm going, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm stumbling out all kinds of thank yous and I don't know what else to say, whatever. Nobody ever gave me a car before. So he said, enjoy the car, Dave. And they left. They all went back in the house, and me and Ed Parker got in our respective cars and drove off. And that was it. I drove that car for 5 years. I sold it for a little over $19,000 because I already had the Lincoln. And I had in my household was my wife. I call her my wife. We actually just lived together for about 8 years. Her little sister, her daughter, and my 2 daughters, and me. They didn't fit in that Mercedes, but they did fit in the Lincoln. So I sold the Mercedes to get the money to buy the condo that we bought up in San Clemente, up in the hills. Beautiful place.
What year did you get the Mercedes? What year?
The year 72. Yeah, right around there. So I don't know.
You said it was right after you met him.
That's the,
2 days later.
2 days later. I think he gave it to you because of the wow movement. Wowza, right? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
He was impressed by that.
Yeah, he was impressed by it. Everybody was, because I used to do it. He would have me do that on every policeman we would ever come across. He would hire me and say, do the wow technique on these guys, because he just loved, watching me do it. And I said, okay, that's what I do. Whatever. Technique didn't work, but by God, it was fast. So anyhow, that was that story.
Dave, is that technique in the videos at TKI upstairs? Because you were doing some techniques there where you were doing the thing.
Yeah, parts of it were.
Parts of okay.
Yeah. The part where I go behind Elvis and then come back, behind the dummy.
Yes.
Which in that case was red, I think.
Yeah.
And I did parts of that, going into it. It was just an exercise in speed and fluidity. That's really all it was. It was not any technique that actually worked, although parts of it worked pretty darn well, actually. So that was that with that thing. Any other questions?
Hope you enjoyed this episode with Dave Hebler that was filmed at the Tiger Man Karate Dojo and Museum. Please visit thedavehebler.com and go over here to the shop, like I just showed you, and scroll down and see the different things that Dave has for sale on his website. He has the Elvis Experience DVD and book, plus these pictures that he will autograph for you. He also has the Elvis 8th Degree gold card right there for sale, just like Elvis Presley had. So guys, visit his site, thedavehebler.com, and just select what you would like the signed book, and just go down and press Add to Cart. And let Dave know that I sent you. Thanks for watching this episode of Globetrotting with Trey. And if you're traveling to Memphis this week for Elvis Presley's birthday celebration, be sure to come and see me at the Tiger Man Karate Dojo and Museum. Go to www.tigermanmuseum.com and see the events that we have all week, January the 4th until the 8th. And until next time, I'll see you at the Tiger Man or down the road. Thanks for watching.